Now, the one day when I own a house, what I've always admired about houses are definitely their front porch. Having a beer out there, just watching the neighborhood on a lazy Sunday, seems like a perfect way to enjoy a beer and a very lazy Sunday. Let's do this, guys. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, for the Ruski Brewski review. And today the beer I have for you guys, we have from Calabogie Brewing out in Calabogie, and they also have a brewery in Katana, Ontario. This is their Front Porch Kolsch style ale in this very yellow and blue can, coming in at 4.7% ABV and listed 28 IBUs. Let's do this. Let's see what we got. This is a very beautiful logo. It's very bright, if you can't tell. Yellow and royal blue. It stands the fuck out. So you're blind. This is definitely gonna catch your eye. So let's crack this bad boy open. Very, very full can. Really do enjoy that. Pouring it in to the Lake of Bays tulip style glass. There we go. Don't want to spill anything because spillage is alcohol abuse. Boom. There we go. Looking at the beer, very, very clear beer. A little bit of a white head on top. Big, large bubbles though. That's something to note. But as well, there's a slight little haze. But this is a very pale looking beer. Then again, Kolsch's are quite pale in general, from my experiences, so very nice. Tough smell. Light, bready, airy. A little bit of cucumber melony, like light melon sweetness sort of aroma coming off here. Little bit of caramel, but very nice. Let's give it a little bit of an agitation. Oh, there we go. Whoop, a little bit more, a little bit more. There we go. Nice. Let's see how it changes. Cucumber melon aroma come out a lot stronger on the agitation. Very, very nice. Let's have a sip. Light white bread. A little bit of cucumber and melon, refreshing, like light sweet or flavor coming off that as well. Ending on a bit more of a bitter note, on a bit more of a not sourdough bitter, but just a light bitter, astringent sort of note that sort of lingers and stays on your tongue just a bit longer than you probably would have liked. It kind of goes against from what you're getting in the beginning of the sip, but goes down pretty well. I think I want to experience that a little bit more. So with that said, cheers everybody, let's keep on drinking. Yeah, the beginning of the beer is definitely the most pleasant part of it, coming in not super, like very light bready, somewhat airy, but also you get that melon and cucumber light refreshing sweetness, which is absolutely amazing. But when that bitterness comes in just before the finish, right at the finish, and then lingers, that's where it kind of, you get a clash of flavors, because you're getting one very light and lightly sweet, super refreshing, and then the finish is a lot more drying and astringent, which seem to me at least opposite ends of the flavor profile and experience of flavors hitting your tongue and then hitting your brain and then just fun times and stuff. Seems a little weird, but we're gonna dive in a little bit more. Light beer, airy, but then seems to get slightly, that end is just not what I was expecting and not kind of what I'm thoroughly enjoying. This is a good beer in the beginning, but at the end, if you don't like that astringent sort of bitter, almost in a sense, like I can feel that like a light sandpapery, almost like mouthfeel If that makes sense, it's just a bit of a clash. The flavors don't flow perfectly together. It's like you're drinking two separate beers, in a sense, on that front. But overall, it's still not too bad. I really like that beginning part. I just wish it sort of kept its momentum throughout the whole entire beer. But moving on to the very bright can, Calabogie Brewing Kolsch Style Ale Front Porch. Boom. 4.7% ABV, 28 IBUs. Looking for a description. Handcrafted, well, there's no real description, but we have handcrafted in the Ottawa Valley, brewed in Calabogie and Katana, Ontario. Light body, crisp, clean, brewed in small batches. Calabogie Brewing Company Ltd. Very nice. No ingredients list. On the bottom, though, we do have a package on date 29th of August 2019. Great to see, clearly labeled, easy to read. Love that indeed. Moving over to the website, calabogiebrewing.com. You go to the beer section, scroll down just a little bit, and you find the Front Porch Kolsch Style beer. And you got ABV 4.7, 32, IBUs at 32. Also, they have the old whatchamacallit, can design. Also a picture of the beer, which looks totally different from what I have here. And also the IBUs are different. The ABV is the same. The IBUs have a 4 IBU discrepancy, which is something to note. Maybe, well, definitely it's not updated to the current style. But yeah, just something to note. Also lists SRM, which is being 4. Type, available year-round. I guess that's a type of beer, but yeah, cool. Availability is in cans at both locations and on tap at both locations. Taste profile. Our flagship Kolsch Style Ale. Have I done this beer before? No, I haven't. I thought I'd done this beer before. Maybe I just drank it and never did a review. Cool. Tasting notes. Let's get back to the review. Our flagship Kolsch Style Ale has developed a strong following in the Ottawa community. With its bright straw yellow color, this beer hits your palate with a complex yet subtle wash of biscuit and citrus, while giving away to a crisp, clean finish. Whether you were swinging a club at the Highland Links, lazing on the dock, or watching the world go by from your front porch, enjoy this truly great session beer. There we go. Session, not season. Moving forward, citrus and biscuit. I would say light biscuit. Citrus, I'm not really getting a citrusy note, to be honest. Like I said, it's more for me light sweet melon and cucumber refreshingness off it. But then again, this is the taste profile for the front porch before this redesigned can, and I guess slightly redesigned beer. So something to note as well. Other than that, no other information, no list of malt and hops, no food pairings, and none of that fun stuff. But overall, nice looking website. A little basic, but hey, not the worst thing in the world. If you do want to pick up the Calabogie Front Porch Kolsch Style Ale at your local LCBO, you're going to be shelling out $2.95. Which is not a bad price at all. Under $3, that's always a good thing in my books, especially for a solid craft beer. Nice indeed. Actually, that's pretty damn good. Even though I'm not a big fan of the finish, I do love the beginning, and I'm totally okay with that. Untapped, Front Porch. Still reading it at 32 IBUs of the original batch, but this one, 28. Slightly different. Coming in at 3.48 bottle caps out of 5. and that's out of just over 2,200 ratings. So a ton of people have definitely enjoyed this beer and gave their thoughts and opinions on Untappd. That's a good thing, right? Yeah, it's always a good thing because information, stuff, things. I'm rambling to save time, to continue going on with time. I don't know, kind of losing my mind. It's okay though. Beautiful beer indeed. Like I said, flavors do clash a little bit from the beginning and the end, but still, not a bad thing at all. With that said, guys, cheers on the final sip. Let's get ready to ratings and wrap this thing up. Calabogie Kolsch style front porch. Front porch beer. I love the beginning. Not a big fan of the ending. The flavors do clash a little bit on that transition, but for what it is a solid beer. That's why Front Porch is getting a solid 7 out of 10 for me. As for presentation of the can, big use of light and bright colors indeed, very bold. The royal blue just, shines off this like cabby yellow. And it's just, wow, yeah, it's gonna catch your eye for sure. As far as, descriptive stuff, information, kind of lacking. You get a little bit here, a little bit there, light body, crisp and clean, brewed in small batches. Fancy words that people always put on there. Straight, simple, to the point, but nothing super in-depth. The one thing it has going for it, though, is the listed IBUs, and also the clearly labeled, packaged on date. I was going to say the freshly labeled. I mean, at one time it was freshly labeled, but now it's not freshly labeled. It's just labeled, which is awesome. I'm mixing up words and stuff. My brain works faster than my mouth sometimes, and stuff happens. I don't know. But other than that, nice looking can, lacking some information that I'd like to see, but hey, that's alright. As well as the website, good information, case profile wise. Nothing really out there except the SRM list or reading, which is 4. Type is a all year round beer, which is fine. But when you say type, I think you might mean type of beer. You should just say availability. Make it a lot more simpler for simple people like me and probably yourselves. In cans on tap, I think they're sort of just filling in information, which is seems a little lazy and cheap, but hey, overall nice looking website, nothing super fancy, still basic information, but the taste profile I do enjoy as well. Overall presentation mark for the beer gets a solid 7 as well. But overall, pretty good beer. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Maple Brewers, could be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me. Maple Brewers, like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. I hope one day I can own a porch, but connected to a house, 'cause I think that's more important. It sounded better in my mind, but sometimes I fuck up, so cheers.